Hello everybody and welcome back to the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode series. Today we have the Xfinity 500, the final race in the round of 8, ready to set our championship 4. Super excited to get into things today, and I just want to start off this video also by thanking you guys all so much for the support. I know maybe some of you don't get to the end of the video in the outro, but I do like to thank you guys there, but I'm going to thank you at the start this time. So very good stuff. I really appreciate all the support. But into proceedings here. Last week at Miami, Ryan Blaney broke his 119 race winless streak, getting the win at the end, and unfortunately we threw away a pretty good chance at a win and locking ourselves in. But looking at the points heading in today, plus 69 on the cut line. The only way we do not make it into the championship for today is if we finish dead last, collecting 0 stage points, whilst Martin Truex Jr. has to win both stages, finish second to a guy that is below this cut line right now. So very, very crazy things have to happen if we are going to fall out. Larson and Logano are sitting in pretty good shape, and then the rest is a bit of a free-for-all. Chastain and Byron in must-win scenarios. Hamlin needs to pull off a miracle in points, and then Elliott basically the same. As we go across the line here, finishing qualifying 20.8 puts us 25th, so not ideal, but you know, it's something at the end of the day. Looking at the qualifying results here, looking for the playoff drivers, we have William Byron in 17th, Chastain in 15th, Larson 13th, Elliott 11th, and then Martin Truex Jr. in the top 10 with Joey Logano in 4th and Denny Hamlin starting second to his teammate Christopher Bell, who gets the pole. So Hamlin, if he gets really good stage points and a great finish or wins this race, he's really good at Martinsville, can get himself into the championship 4. And we got a little bit of something to talk about here heading into today's race. We actually had rumors last episode of Ryan Blaney and Timmy Hill swapping rides perhaps at the end of the season. Well, that has been cooled off with Blaney calling his shot to win before the end of the season. He got it done last race. So then heading in here, Bell and Elliott both have very fast cars in practice. Expect them to do well. And then Noah Gragson has gone to the back, failing post-race inspection, as that is everything we need to get out of the way. We are ready to go racing here at Martinsville. The final race in the round of 8 is underway. We start here on the inside line in P25. All we have to do today is get more than 1 point. It is very, very simple, and then we are locked in. No worries for the rest of this race. All we have to do is pretty much get a stage point. So if we have to play strategy, we will do so, and locking ourselves in on points is step 1 of the process today. Now as Bell leads the first lap of today's race, we're just going to try keep it contact free. It's very easy to hit cars here at Martinsville, so we'll try to keep it off of the other drivers now. And of course, I forgot to mention, last time we were here at Martinsville, we almost had a flip with Noah Gragson getting T-boned by Ryan Blaney. They managed to keep it on the ground, but almost we saw a car topple over as Reddick gets into James Knight there. They go up the track. We're going to split them 4 wide with Truex on the outside falling back already from 10th. He is all the way back now in 20th. So Martin Truex Jr. going the wrong way, which means, of course, if he doesn't get any stage points, or, well, if he doesn't get a stage win, we are through. Larson is falling back as well. He is now back in P18. So 2 playoff drivers going the wrong way. And if Truex continues to fall back, and if Elliott is doing really well, then things might start to look dodgy for the 19 car. We'll have to keep posted on where that 19 is, as Byron seems to be moving forward so far. He is up there in P12. Chastain also moving forward as well. He is up there in that beautiful BM Moose car. Many of you will recognize that from the iconic finish in 2022 where he rode the wall. As we get into William Byron coming up off the corner there, after skipping forward a lap, we managed to not go into the wall, and that was where I decided to just cool things for a second. Yeah, okay, I am not going to force the issue. That was way too close.
But I know we had our differences last race, but we all want to win this championship, and God so help me, do not crash this car.
I mean, I know we are worried about crashing the car and perhaps DNF and destroying our chances, but with the way Truex is running, I mean, I don't think he's going to win this stage. I mean, Bella's already way ahead of everyone else as well. We're continuing to make good progress forwards, though. We're just going to be a little bit more patient with our passes so that we do not put ourselves in a position we do not want to be. But now up into the top 10 here as we catch up to our teammate of Kevin Harvick here. Things seem to be ironed out between me and the driver of the 4. Of course, they kicked me out of Stuart Haas Racing, downsizing next season due to that Bush sponsorship loss. And they decided I was the odd man out, surprisingly. Of course, Harvick and I had beef at the time, and he is now going to be a part owner with them next season, as now we go up the inside of Ryan Blaney here, who has cooled off those rumors of Timmy Hill swapping rides with him for the start of next season. Blaney has been consistent all year but was winless for 119 races. He got the job done after calling his shot, saying that he was going to win a race before the end of the season, and he did just that at Miami last race, and he's running up here in the top 10 once again. So that 12 car definitely has something sorted in terms of consistency, and now he's getting the wins as we look to the inside of Ross Chastain, who is up here getting in the top 10 and trying to get some stage points as well. I mean, things are pretty much in a must-win scenario for the 1 cars. Here we go. We skip forward. We get past Denny Hamlin, who's stuck behind his teammate Martin Truex Jr., who has gone a lap down already in this race. So, yeah, the 19 car, it's safe to say, has no chance of winning this stage, and that means we will make it in to the championship 4 no matter what, as the caution is going to come out. I was unable to find what happened in this one, unfortunately, but looking at what's going on over here, we also have Kyle Larson, P35, Martin Truex Jr., P36. What are these guys doing? I mean, Larson's right next to us. Yeah, he's P35. What's going on with these guys today? Martin Truex Jr. is in serious danger of losing his spot in the Championship 4. Came in only plus 12 on the cut line, and I will have live updates on the stage points gained on the drivers in the playoffs. But a bit of strategy here. We're going for only 2 tires because everyone's going to be coming again at the end of the stage to pit road. So we're going to restart this stage with 4 laps here and 2 tires on the car. Can we go ahead and maybe win ourselves a stage, gain some momentum heading into Phoenix for the Championship 4 race? Well, we get by Christopher Bell there on the start, but Bell is going to fight back, and he's got his team, not his teammate, his manufacturer affiliate, Tyler Reddick, on his inside. The 2 Toyotas running fast today, but it ain't the 2 ones in the playoffs. So now we have only 3 laps to go in stage 1. All we have to do is hold this bottom, and it seems like we will be okay in getting the stage win, which will be fantastic for us in terms of gaining a little bit of momentum here, as Tyler Reddick is going to pull up to the back bumper. Bell starting to fall back on that outside line, and you can see a little pixel of a blue and white car behind the 45. That is Chase Elliott, who's actually going to dive to the inside of Tyler Reddick here. Elliott into second place. If he gets 9 stage points here, that is going to bring him right back up to that 19, but he goes to the outside line just like he did to throw away the race here in the spring to us. He went to the outside lane, lost the race in the last 3 laps. Well, he's gone and lost himself some crucial positions, as Bell now back on the bottom gets by him. Final lap here of stage 1. It seems like we're going to cruise to the victory here. Bell is not really going to have anything for us here in turn 3 and 4, so we're going to come up off the corner and get the stage win. Fantastic start to this race, and locking ourselves in to the Championship 4 officially, as Elliott is going to get himself 8 points. That's massive for him. We also have Bell, Elliott, Blaney, Bush, Custer, Logano, Hamlin, Harvick, and Chastain in the top 10. So a couple of playoff guys getting points there. This is what the grid now looks like. Logano plus 33, Larson plus 31, Truex plus 4, Elliott now -4, Hamlin -16. So still Chastain and Byron in must-win territory pretty much, as now things are heating up between Hamlin, Elliott, and Truex Jr. So Elliott's going to keep honest here, because even if Truex is doing really bad and is currently showing himself outside of the playoffs with his current running position, and Elliott's just going to easily get by us here on the restart, by the way. We absolutely messed that one up all over the curbs, but yeah, Elliott needs to do well as well, because if Hamlin gets a great finish as well and more stage points here in stage 2, then he could leapfrog both of them. So it's a 3-car battle right now. Larson also not running well at all, so if that continues and other playoff guys do really well, then he could actually fall out. So we'll see how that updates here throughout the second stage. Now, as Elliott once again running that high line, I don't know why he does that. It's just a weird thing, and it doesn't work here at Martinsville. And he's going to do it again. And so is Cole Custer, the guy who just overtook me for second place. See you later, Cole. That is our teammate for only one more race, actually. This race and the next one, and then we leave to RFK, which, of course, I am super excited about next season. But we have a championship to fight for here in our final season at Stewart-Haas Racing, and with our crew chief, Marty Duke, who will be separated from next season. He will go with Josh Berry in the 4-car, so we get a new crew chief there. So we'll see how we go with a new team, because since we have joined Stewart-Haas Racing, we have 15 wins. 8 wins last season, 7 this season, and then of course we got a win when we drove for Richard Petty Motorsports back in 2021. So we have been quite the force here in this 10 car, which makes it all the more bizarre as to why we got let go from this team. But here we go, now focusing forwards here and still focusing on this race. We can maybe even win it and gain perfect momentum heading into Phoenix, which will definitely be handy. As now we go to the inside of Chase Hill. We got Christopher Bell all over our back bumper as well. We get by the 9 car. Now here comes the 20. He seems to have the fastest car today, while Elliott actually seems to have a very fast car as well. But now they both run the outside line with Custer in fourth there as well. So we're just going to gain a huge amount of space here, and I'm going to cut forward here. And we didn't have a challenger for a while until Ross Chastain here in the Moose Chevrolet. The number 1 car has shown his speed for the first time here today, and he's going to take us to the inside. No challenge whatsoever I could give the one. He was way too fast for me at this point in time in the run. So Ross Chastain heads up into the lead here. Of course, he is in a pretty much a must-win scenario, but with the current running order of Elliott and Hamlin doing well as we progress through this race, Chastain, if he wins this stage and currently finishes in second place, for example, and Truex is still mired back 2 laps down, then he could actually leapfrog Truex, but that's not going to matter if the other guys are still performing well. So it's still a must-win scenario as we get back by the 1 car here in heavy traffic. But he's actually going to right rear us going into turn 1 and 2, getting aggressive here for these points. He needs them desperately, and he gets into us there around this lap traffic of Eric Jones. And then I just forget to shift down the front straightaway, clearly distracted from that contact, as we lap Larson once again, who is just having an absolute stinker of a day. I don't know what's going on with the 5 car. He was very fast here in the spring, finished up in the top 3, was battling all day with me and Elliott, and eventually I ended up getting the win because both of them just decided to throw it away. But Reddick has now joined the battle here with Chastain and I making contact as we get loose there on the apron, losing a bit of ground there to the 1 car, who seems to have now us in the bag here, unless this lap traffic ahead is going to delay him much more. Reddick seems to have a fast car, but it's not as fast as us. He's still got stuck behind us, and when we cut forward here, only 2 laps to go here in stage number 2. Chastain has a massive gap of us, and now we have Tyler Reddick just booting us in the butt. Heading into turn 3 and 4, we get around Todd Gilliland, who will be here for 1 more race, and then he will go back to the Xfinity Series full-time next season once again. Todd Gilliland doing a nice job filling in for Chris Buescher while he is injured. He will be back at the start of next season, of course. So 1 more race there in the 17th for Todd Gilliland, as coming up off the final corner, Ross Chastain wins stage number 2. We'll update the points for you in a moment as we get 2nd spot. Reddick holds on the 3rd with Bellum Bowman 4th and 5th. And then we have Bubba Wallace here in the top 10 with Logano, Briscoe, Suarez, and Hamlin. So what is that going to do for the points? We're going to suss it out in a moment, but everyone's going to be hitting pit road here for tires and fuel. We're also going to fix a little bit of damage, but here's the points now displayed on your screen. Logano gains a bit more on the cut line. He is pretty much good to go at this point, but Truex and Elliott, the gap stays the same because Elliott didn't get any stage points that you may have noticed. He wasn't in the top 10. Hamlin gains 1 more point, so I guess every bit helps, but things are still now looking like a must-win for the 11 car. As we're ready to go back green flag racing, can Ross Chastain maintain this speed and keep the track position and win the race to get himself into the round of 4, the championship 4. Gee, it's kind of snuck up on me, honestly. This season has gone by quite quickly since I got back from Japan, and yeah, just smashing these episodes out, which has been really, really awesome. But now here we go off of the first corner, the first lap here in stage number 3. We lost a spot to Tyler Reddick, and up here in the top 5, Joey Logano is running well, plus 37 on the cut line. Things would have to go catastrophically wrong for the 22 from here, but I think he's going to be okay anyway, considering how bad Larson is running and how bad Martin Truex Jr. is running. Is now Reddick to the inside of Chastain, battling for the lead. We scrubbed the wall a little bit there. It does not matter. Remember, we are confirmed in to the championship 4 with the stage points that we have gained. So even though we have thrown away a few race wins, such as Miami last week and Talladega a few weeks ago, and we had a pretty run at Las Vegas earlier in this round, the stage points that we have collected and the maximized finishes we have got have allowed us to advance on points, which is just fantastic. And of course, our regular season performance was a huge benefactor and helped throughout all of these playoffs, as the 2 cars ahead of us, Chastain and Reddick, are running the high line here, and this is going to allow me back up into this battle. And speaking of wins that we have thrown away, of course, we could have had 10 wins this season, but remember, we also had other drivers throwaway wins that we took advantage of. Richmond, we stole from Kyle Larson. We also stole Martinsville from Chase Elliott here. We stole Bristol Spring earlier this season from Kevin Harvick. So we've been opportunistic at points, but we have also thrown away a few. So definitely been the best car on speed in terms of race wins, but is what we're going to have to bring to Phoenix, because I'm pretty sure everyone in the championship 4 by that point will be on their A game, or at least we'll see if they are, because you never know. I mean, last time in this series we're in the championship 4, as we got problems here actually, and it's going to be Eric Almirola who's going to go spinning out here in turn 3, makes contact with the wall, and Austin Cindric and Noah Gragson gets himself a piece of it too. Almirola only got a couple races left in that 16 before he is out of the Cup Series, but the caution is out. Michael McDowell will get the free pass. Truex Jr. has worked his way up to 25th a lap down, so that seems like they're making their car a bit better there, but it seems like it's too late for him at this point. He's still got a lot of work to do. He's got to get back on the lead lap and then pass Chase Elliott, or at least get within 4 places of him. Since that caution came out so quickly within the start of stage 3, no one has pitted, and we are ready to go back green flag racing here. Reddick and Briscoe leading us down. By the way, I'm just going to mention, we got 3 of the Stewart Haas racing cars right now up here in the top 5. We got Custer, who's been in the top 10 all day. He's over here in 4th place now, but we're battling for 4th with Bowman, and actually he's going to get sent 3 wide by Denny Hamlin, who is on a mission this restart. What a restart for the 11, getting himself a few positions there. But yeah, Briscoe is up here as well, performing well, so the Stewart Haas racing cars doing pretty good here at Martinsville, except for Harvick. He is a lap down. But Hamlin getting past now to the inside goes Chase Elliott. So we got a couple guys here battling it out. 2 guys hungry for a championship 4 appearance and a chance at the championship. As Reddick continues to lead, he goes now to the outside lane. Welcome Chase Briscoe to the point as we go up into 2nd place. But yeah, Elliott 3 wins on the season. 3 wins on the season for Joey Logano, 3 wins for Kyle Larson. Those are the current guys sitting above the cut line as it stands with running order and stage points gathered. But if Denny Hamlin can go ahead and disrupt that by getting past us and Briscoe, then he can get the win and advance himself into the championship 4, and he's going to go ahead and take the lead here. He gets by myself and Briscoe in 1 corner. What a move from the 11, and this restart has just been brilliant for him. He now takes the lead, and he's looking to set sail here. Denny Hamlin, of course, strong at Martinsville, multiple wins here. Can he do it once again and be in the clutch? We've already covered Byron and Chastain needing wins. Well, Hamlin currently sits at that same position now with the stage points gathered today, and with how well Elliott is running as we hit the wall there. And then Martin Truex Jr., with how he is running, he has to win at this point as well, because it doesn't seem like he's going to be catching up to Chase Elliott anytime soon. And Martin Truex Jr. has made the championship 4. Oh, gee, contact there with Todd Gilliland almost into the inside wall. We managed to come to almost a full stop, but Elliott now going to get to our outside and perhaps maybe even get a chance at looking for the win. But Trix, going back to my point, he's been consistent all season, was top 5 in the regular season standings, but he's been winless since Martinsville of 2022 in the spring. It's 59 races now with that 19 car, and that is what might do him in not getting into the championship 4, which he has made every single year since 2017, where he's won his first championship. He of course got his second championship in 2020, where he was able to beat the likes of Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Busch, and back-to-back defending and now 3-time champion Kevin Harvick, who has won a race in his final season, but of course didn't make the playoffs. Can Martin Truex Jr. continue his streak of being in the championship 4? It is record-breaking in this universe what he has done 2017 to 2022 in the championship 4, but it seems like 2023, his time is up. Here comes Chase Elliott onto the back bumper. He gives us a little nudge there as here comes Wallace as well. He is up here in the top 5. A great run, actually, for this 23 car. We haven't seen up front really leading since Chicagoland, I believe. So now it's Bubba Wallace getting by us here for second place. We get a little bit physical there with Justin Haley, who is multiple laps down in our way. But Hamlin continues to run away from us. A huge gap on the rest of us here, as now we are going to settle into third place here with Wallace getting a bit of a gap on us. Elliott and Blaney are fighting for fourth place behind us, and Blaney seems to have that late run speed just like in real life. But here we are starting to think about coming into pit road, and actually we're going to come in this time here with about 20 laps to go. Everyone's going to be needing to come within the next 5 laps. I decided to be the first one down on pit road. It's no risk for us here. Either we bust here and go multiple laps down, it's whatever. We are already into the championship 4, but if we can short pit here, we could probably come out with the lead and perhaps the track position that will get us the win today, providing we don't have any more cautions in this one. But it might be split strategy. We could see some guys take 2 tires. We have 78% on our left, so definitely is a possibility. We're going to take 4 tires because we're going to be fixing our damage as well, and I think 4 tires is just more advantageous there. So a 17-second stop that I skipped, you guys did not have to see it, but nobody else has started to hit pit road yet, so now we're just going to hold our breath and hope nobody else comes as we get a massive nudge there from the 14, because Timmy Hill made a run, and now there's a problem there with the 20 of Christopher Bell. He is smoking out the pipes. Oh dear, something's wrong with Christopher Bell. We gotta hope that does not bring out a caution, but it seems like since we have such a short track, hopefully he's going to be able to get out of the way and on a pit road in time. No caution just yet, so it seems like it is going to be okay for us. I can see a small dot there on the pit road. It is, yeah, on the back straightaway. I see him. It is Christopher Bell that is pulled off in time, so no chance at a caution here just yet, as now Blaney is hitting pit road. We'll pass by the 20 car in just a moment. There he is smoking, so a sad end to the day for the 20, who was very fast today. And here we are pulling up to Martin Truex Jr. We spoke about him just before. Very, very disappointing. 26th, multiple laps down. I don't know what happened with the 19 today. It seems like they've just missed it. They qualified in the top 10, but they just dropped like a rock since the start. So you start to see more cars hitting pit road here. So this is what we want. All we got to do is stay out for a few more laps. Everyone hits pit road, and we should cycle out as a leader. Unless we see a few guys take 2 tires, that is also a possibility as well. So here we have now the leader, Denny Hamlin, hitting pit road. We're going to get by him and get one of our laps back. I believe we are 2 laps down right now as the 11 hits pit road. So we should be able to cycle through past him in just a moment, as we are catching up to the back of Todd Gilliland there in the 17, struggling today. He's usually been a bit better than this for that RFK team, but I guess Martinsville a more technical short track, which is why he is struggling. We're going to get by Denny Hamlin once again here, which is not going to be for position just yet, so we do have to cycle around one more time to get the lead. But there we go. We get by Reddick, Elliott, and Briscoe, a trio of very fast cars and cars that were around us at the time. So nice work. the tires worked. We are by them. We got Timmy Hill ahead of us yet here. He has had an impressive season, but he is also yet to pit as we're going to get by. Also, William Byron, we have not really mentioned at all this episode. He's just been chilling in the top 20, and that's just not going to be good enough for what he needed today. He's in a must-win scenario after his DNF at Vegas, and then he had a good run at Miami. But today, he has just not shown up whatsoever. 0 stage points as well. So, a very disappointing day for the 24 of William Byron. We got by Denny Hamlin there on the pit road. And it seems like there was a bit of strategy play because Bubba Wallace is leading and Cole Custer is there with him. They were both cars around where we were, but with this kind of gap, it seems like they have taken 2 tires. So can we catch the 41 and 23? We can see him just ahead there. They have hit the the back straightaway. We are now up into P3. So can we catch the 41 and 23? Well, if the 23 is going to run the high line, we'll catch him in no time. But now Cole Custer in the lead got bounced in the round of 16 after a DNF in one of the races, and just an all-around not a great performance. Can the 41 go ahead and win his second race of the season? Of course, he has won Pocono now for 2 years in a row. A bit of a Pocono merchant, Cole Custer is, as now we hit the apron. That's not going to help us. But can we catch him and Bubba Wallace here? Bubba Wallace winless right now in this season. The last one he got was at Talladega last season in the fall. So Bubba Wallace looking to go for a win here and break that season-long winless drought. Well, we only have 9 laps remaining in just a moment when we get through these set of corners, and we are catching the 23 and 41 who are definitely on 2 tires. So we might be able to just go ahead and take this win here by taking 4 tires and short pitting using a bit of strategy. And we leapfrog Denny Hamlin, our main competitor, and Bubba Wallace decided for 2 tires. Well, we'll see if that works for him now. He's gotten around Custer, but we have now caught up to the back of both of them here with only 8 laps to go in this race. Feels like around here Cole Custer has a point to prove, and so does Bubba Wallace with their seasons. Well, you're not really going to prove much there on the outside line, guys. I'll take the lead. Yeah, I don't know why the AI do that. They just run the outside line sometimes at Martinsville. And, that's going to gift us the lead here. And I'm going to cut forward. We were getting actually stuck behind Justin Haley. I started to get a bit angry. I was hitting the 51. And that brought Cole Custer back to me after we gained a little bit of a gap on him. And now looking to the outside of the 51. We'll see if we can make something work here. So we're going to split Noah Gragson there on our outside. We get clear of him. Haley, of course, will be driving the 7 next year in a ride swap with LaJoy. And just ahead of us here, about to go a lap down, is Joey Logano in 15th. That is going to be enough for the 22 today. He has gained, I believe, 4 points in both stages, so 8 points total. And with a 15th running place, he's going to be A-OK to make it through to the next round with that huge gap he had above the cut line heading into today. Whereas this guy over here in the 5 car, he's going to be thankful that none of the other guys have showed up to take full advantage of him running 28. Oh boy, what a disappointment for the 5 of Larson today. I expected a bit better from him, especially with how he ran here earlier this season. But now the caution has just come out, and you are going to see Cole Custer pitting. Of course, he took 2 tires, so I guess he's going to pit. I don't know, but it's going to cause overtime here. This is what happened, and it was a mechanical failure on the 97 of James Knight. Then he just, I don't know what he's doing. He's doing the wiggles, and he's, he's in the wall with William Byron there. That kind of sums up William Byron's race today, to be honest. He's just kissed the wall there, and he can also kiss goodbye to his playoff hopes, as we are obviously not going to be coming down pit road, as is most of the field here. We had a few guys come down, and that's going to just ruin their finish. There is absolutely no time to make advantage of any new tires, but here we go. Overtime here at Martinsville underway. We have a chance at winning this race and getting momentum heading into Phoenix. We're going to get by Chase Briscoe here in turn 1 and 2. We go to the lead, and now we hold this high line, looking for a good entry into the next corner. But here comes Reddick with a huge run down the straightaway to our inside. We try to hold him tight there, but a bit of contact. We can't get on the gas. We're loose. Reddick now to the lead. Elliott now giving us a bump. It is not going to be a help for us at all. We hit the curbing, and Reddick is going to go clear with now Busch to our inside. Tyler Reddick I mean, if this guy made the playoffs with a win, that's all he had to do. He won 2 races in the playoffs because he's going to go second win of the season here. Tyler Reddick, second win at Martinsville as well in his career. Gets it done today. Steals one late here in overtime. Once again, we are throwing away a win, but the points will advance us to the championship 4 anyway. Bush ends up second. He kind of just appeared out of nowhere. And then Blaney in 4th, another top 5 for him. Elliott with a 5th place run, and the stage points he gained today is enough to get him past Martin Truex Jr. Hamlin ends 8th today. It's not going to be enough for him. Chastain 12th, not enough for him. Logano did enough though. He finishes 15th and is through. Byron was in a must-win scenario. He's out. And then Larson and Truex Jr. just didn't show up today. Bell and Almirola are your only DNFs for today's race, which we covered both of them earlier on. Tyler Reddick truly came alive and decided to find victory lane here in the playoffs. He has done a very good job in this 45 for his first season with the team. And here is your final points at the end of Martinsville here. We end up plus 96, so that is an easy advancement for us. Logano plus 41. Larson had a bad day, but still plus 20 with all of his points gathered in this round and the regular season. Definitely helping him. Elliott plus 14 as well makes the championship 4. And then below the cut line, Hamlin, Truex, Chastain, and Byron all eliminated from this round. An amazing season put together by Chastain, especially in the playoffs. So his first one with Trackhouse was a great one, and definitely looking forward to see what he can do next season. Byron with a pretty good season as well. Only 1 win though. Definitely wanted more than that. Hamlin a couple wins this season. Was definitely hoping to find victory lane a bit more and was not consistent enough. And then Truex Jr. I mean, he had a consistent season all season, but just went missing today and still hasn't been able to find a victory lane. Can he do it in his last season next year before he retires? As that is just a short overview of the guys that were eliminated from the round of 8. And then with the championship 4 drivers, I will do a preview of them, of course, before the next episode starts, which will be at Phoenix Raceway for the season finale. Super excited for that. We'll have our second chance here at winning our first title. Of course, we came just short to Kevin Harvick last year. This time, we are looking for redemption here in our final season with Stewart Haas Racing. And this is also going to be the end of the episode. Once again, thank you guys all for watching this series. I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you all in the next one for the season finale at Phoenix Raceway.